national broadcasting company. Now in its sixth decade of bringing you baseball's memories. Baseball's milestones. Baseball's majesty. And baseball's magical moments. NBC Sports proudly presents the Major League Baseball Game of the Week.
Today from Fenway Park, the Baltimore Orioles versus the Boston Red Sox. The Game of the Week is brought to you by Miller High Life. Miller made the American way since 1855. By Ford and your local Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By Brute, quality men's fragrance and toiletries. Brute, it smells like a man. And by United States Liberty Coins. Keep Liberty in mint condition with United States Liberty Coins. A beautiful summer's day in Boston, Massachusetts. And at storied Fenway Park, the Baltimore Orioles will start right-hander Ken Dixon, and the Boston Red Sox will lead with their ace, Roger Clemens.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another NBC Game of the Week. This game was played on Saturday, June the 21st, 1986 from Fenway Park. And I do have a different lighting set up and a different microphone, so I don't know how good the volume is, and I don't know about the lighting. I see some glare right about here and right about here. So hopefully if I put the cards in place, that will take the glare away. Let's see here. Let me get the dice tray in place. Hello, Robert, RJL Network. Volume is fine. Thank you, Tim. Hello, Kenyon. Hello, Brian B. RJL, of course. I switched from a little lapel microphone. I got this little microphone here. So hopefully that helps. I don't know. But I got tired of being restricted to the... Well, I was using that lapel one, but I was hoping this one was better, but I don't know for sure. This is Strat O Matic Super Advanced, by the way. Historical score correct, 7-2. Boston won it. Behind Roger Clemens, of course. I think he went to 13-0 on the season after this game because he was 12-0 coming in, so obviously he would have went 13-0. Let's see, is there anything else I need to think of here? I don't think so. I've got the score sheet off to the side, so I do have the score sheet here if needed. Ballpark effects, I will go ahead and mention those. Strangely enough, I thought Boston would be a better home run hitting park, but singles are good. Lefties are 17, if I can get this in the picture. Lefties are 17, righties are 11, but home runs only a 1, and then right-handers a 6. So a little bit short on the home runs from what I would have guessed, but that's what how the Strat O Matic rated it. So that's what I can have to go by here. I'm glad I'm coming through loud and clear. Like I said, when you try something new, sometimes you never know how it's going to work out, particularly on a live where I only get 720p versus the recordings when I get 1080p. So that's about that. It's a beautiful day outside. It's like upper 70s, no humidity, but I had to close the windows because there's too much noise. I live right on a major road, and there's too much traffic going around, and I didn't want that in the background. So I'm having to deal without that for now. Let me check the lighting. Maybe I can dim this just a hair. Let's see if it'll let me do it. See if that makes any difference at all. I'm still getting the glare, though, I think. So I don't know if there's a way to, maybe I can move this over and take some of that glare away. I don't know if it'll let me. I can try and see if it'll let me. Let's see what happens here. Still getting some glare on the other side, so let's move that over there. Maybe that will help. Let's see, there's still a, let me bright sunshine. You think I wouldn't need that much light anyway. For the folks that are watching this later, I apologize for the delay, but I'm trying to get this to where it's viewable, tolerable, whatever you want to call it. This light thing I actually picked up off Amazon after watching Dave Gardner's video on it. And I like it for myself, when I'm playing the games myself, but for video purposes, it can be a little bit distracting. In fact, I actually recorded a game, Tampa Bay, Seattle Demolition League, but I couldn't show it because I had the light on too bright and it was just too much glare and you couldn't really see anything. So I ended up not even recording that because of it, or not uploading, I should say, because of that. So I don't know what's going on with this, but something's not right with this. Oh well, we shall see. Going to have a little bit of glare apparently right in here where the score sheet, where the line score is, but hopefully I put the cards there. Maybe that will take care of it. I'm not even, let me turn this whole light off and see if maybe I don't even need the light period for this. Let's try that. Maybe let's see if that works. Is that enough light, folks? I mean, I turned the light completely off just to get the glare out of there. Does that look like it's good enough lighting to you? It looks like the Orioles are kind of, the lineup sheet's kind of, Let me try this other light, if I can. I might be able to do something with here. This is the problem when you do something brand new and it's also live. Got growing pains. Let's see. Does that look like, I know the Oriole lineup is a little bit light because you got the orange against the gray. Not sure as much I can do about it at this point. All right, I'm going to go ahead and not belabor the point, just let it go. All right. So, as mentioned earlier, Roger Clemens is on the mound for the Red Sox. In 1986, he was 24-4 with 2.48 ERA. And he will be facing the Oriole lineup: O'Malley, Beniquez, Dwyer, Murray, Ripken, Sheets, Young, Bonilla, and Dempsey. For whatever reason, for the Red Sox, they started Ed Romero at third base and put Boggs on the bench. Not sure why they did that, but that's what they did. John McNamara decided to give him a day off, I guess. I don't know, maybe a day game after a night game or something. But anyway, there's your lineup there. Your bullpens are here. Red Sox have 5 bullpen arms to choose from. Orioles only have 4. So, like I said, when you're used to playing the newer seasons, you have about 8 or 9 guys in the bullpen. And when you go back to the 80s, you guys only have a few. All right, now also I have to remember about Super Advanced. I do have the Super Advanced chart and the rule book in case I need it. Hello, Replay Gamer. How are you? I believe it was Tenacious Earl, or it may have been Tenacious Earl. I don't remember who it was exactly. Because the fact that Strat O Matic is based in New York, thinks that there might be a New York bias where the cards and everything are kind of slanted toward favoring the Yankees and the Mets. I don't know if that's true or not. But in the 1986 computer replay that I'm simming to go along with the game of the week, the Yankees do lead the AL East by 4 games over Toronto and 6 games over Detroit. Boston is down at even 32-32, 10.5 back. California running away with the West. So I don't know if there's anything to that or not, or whether it's just coincidence. You can be the judge on that. I'm not judging either way. I'm just doing the replay. And the standings there are just kind of for cosmetic purposes anyway. How are your Mets doing? They are blowing away the competition. I didn't print the National League because the next 2 games are going to be American League games. In fact, next week is Status Pro, and it's going to be Seattle at Texas. It's my chance to get those 2 teams to show up. I mean, neither one in contention, but trying to get all the teams to be shown at least once. So Seattle at Texas in Status Pro is the next game. Robert, let me look up your 1986 Mets here. I mean, they're blowing away the competition. I will say that. I can give you exact numbers. They are 45-19. They have a 12.5 game lead over Pittsburgh, 13 over Montreal, and 13 over Philadelphia. So they've pretty much got that division wrapped up. The West is pretty interesting. San Francisco leads by 4.5 over Houston, 5.5 over LA, and 6 over the Reds. So that's got a little bit of intrigue to it. But the NL East is pretty much over, barring a major collapse, which I can't see happening. I mean, I guess it could happen, but not likely. All right, so I've got the super advanced charts. Now I was really upset about the not being able to show that Demolition League game between Tampa and Seattle. Was actually a good game. But like I said, the glare from this light that I had it on full blast light, and you just can't really see the cards at all. It's a good game, just the quality of it is not good at all visually because of the glare. All right, so, but it's trial and error. When you get new things, you got to do some adjustments and whatnot. All right, so enough of that preamble. Let's get this game rolling. Tom O'Malley is the leadoff hitter for the for the Orioles. Kind of a strange person to lead off. He's an E-stealer, so he's not going to steal any bases. I'm not even sure his on-base percentage is all that good. 317 on-base percentage, but Earl decided to lead him off. I have no idea why, but third base was really a struggle for the Orioles all year that season. They were flipping around between O'Malley and Beniquez and Floyd Rayford and all kinds of people. Juan Bonilla, I think, got some time there, and nobody really secured that spot because they had moved Ripken to short, and that left a vacancy at third base. And they brought in Ray Knight the following year to close the gap a little bit, but 86 Sherling they were hurting them. All right. We're ready to go. Roger Clemens to Tom O'Malley. NBC Game of the Week is underway. 6-4 for Clemens. That is a fly to left, one away. So Tom O'Malley gets put away. One down. 6-5 would have been a home run chance, but 6-4 is nothing but a fly out. That'll bring up Juan Beniquez. He's playing center field in this game. I guess Fred Lynn must have been injured on the injured list because he's not on the roster. So I'm assuming that's what's going on with that. Beniquez 1-9. He will fly to right. So 2 flyouts in a row. No strikeouts yet for Clemens, but 2 flyouts. I guess he'll take it. 2 up and 2 down. And that brings up Jim Washer and Dwyer. He is the right fielder. 5-4. That's a catcher X. So the catcher in this case, Gedman, is a 3-E-1. 3 and a 1 as a catcher. Nobody's on base. I don't think it's going to hurt him at all, even though I got a 1 here. 3 and a 1 is a W/G. I'm sorry, W/S. And let's see, that's a 12, and he's an E1. No 12 there, but W/S is the batter hits a squib single, so maybe that 1 did cost him. That was a squib single by Jim Dwyer. He put it in front of the plate, and somehow or another, Gedman was too slow to get out there and couldn't make the play. So Jim Dwyer reaches. 2-out nub single from Jim Dwyer, and that brings up Eddie Murray. And now that we're in super advanced, of course, we got to roll for the havoc. Nothing happening for wild pitches or anything. So Clemens against Murray, 2 Hall of Famers. That's a 5-7. 5-7 switch hitter batting left-handed. That's a 1-6 double. That is a 5. That's a double. It's assumed to go to center field. So we'll see if Dwyer can score. He was not being held. He's such a bad base runner, Dwyer. He was not being held. He's an E-steal. He runs at a 13. So not being held makes him a 14. 2 outs will get a boost there, makes him a 16. Center fielder Armas is a -2 to make it a 14. So a 1-14, he will score. The question is, do the Red Sox want to try for Dwyer at the plate and allow Murray to go to third, or do they cut the throw? A 1-14, heavily weighted for the run to score. But with 2 outs, I think you don't worry about the guy getting to third. You try to get the guy out. So 1-14, he'll be safe. And he is safe, but that's by throwing through and not cutting the throw in super advanced, Eddie Murray will take third on that throw to the plate. So he gets a double, but he takes third on the throw to the plate. But the Orioles now lead it 1-0 as Jim Dwyer comes around to score all the way from first base. And Eddie Murray, RBI single. Hello, Peter. How you doing? Yes, I did send him Peter, and we did let Murray go to third because super advanced rule, if you don't cut it, he's going to go. All right, so Havoc roll. That's a 2, chance for a balk. Now, if Clemens balks, that's going to put Murray in. That's going to bring Murray in, but on a 2, we're checking balk or a pass ball. And it's actually a pass ball check since we rolled a 4. Pass ball rating for Gedman is a 4. It's a 6, so he blocks the plate, nothing happening. All right, pitch to Ripken, 3-7. That's a ground ball back to Clemens, and the inning's over. So it didn't hurt him to send the runner or to send the throw through and let the runner go to third. It ended up not costing him because there were already 2 outs. So that's going to end the inning. But the Orioles grab a 1-0 lead. As we go to the bottom of the first, it's the Orioles 1, Red Sox coming to bat. But for Red Sox fans out there, they should be able to get some runs off of Ken Dixon. He was 11-13 with a 4.58 ERA in the real season. So nothing says they can't get some runs against Mr. Dixon. Marty Grinnin Barrett will lead things off for the Red Sox. Try to get something started. It's a 2-5, and that's a single. That's exactly what he does. Leadoff single for Marty Barrett. That's what you want your leadoff hitter to do, get on base. Not really a threat to run. Well, he's a B stealer, so he could get a jump with a 4 or a 6 if they want to really try something. We could see if they wanted to do that. Barrett is the runner at first. Let's see if he... The hold rating on Dixon is a +2. Catcher arm rating is a 0, so +2 there, plus being held would make it a -2, would make him actually a 0. So if he got the jump, it'd be a 1-16. So you may as well try it for Marty Barrett. If he gets the jump, it'll be a 16 because the pitcher and catcher plus the hold would net to 0. So a 4 or a 6 will get him the jump. That's a 6. He gets the jump. So Marty Barrett's going to go 1-16. It's an 18. He got caught stealing. So how do you like that? Had a great opportunity, and wouldn't you know it, Mr. Rick Dempsey says, "Don't run on me." So Barrett is out of there, caught stealing. Evil D20, as we always tell Robert. Evil D20 strikes again. And that'll bring up Ed Romero playing third base today instead of Wade Boggs. But Boggs is on the bench and can pinch hit if need be. 1-7 for Romero, and he's going to get a chance to single 1-8. And 17, so he's going to line it to third. And Mr. O'Malley puts it away. 2 up and 2 down. And that's going to send us to Billy Buck. 2-7 for Billy Buck. Look at all these hits in column 7, and oh, well, it shows up on camera. Look at all these hits in column 2 rather, and the number 7 is a ground ball to second. The only spot really that he's got a bad mark in column 2, and he found it. So unfortunately, Buckner grounds out to Bonilla, and the inning is over. It's a 1-2-3. Well, it turns out being a 3-batter inning because of the caught stealing. And after 1 inning of play, it's the Orioles 1, Red Sox nothing. So Clemens a little chagrined that he's down 1-0. He's going to come back out and face Larry Sheets, the designated hitter. And he is my poster child for the inside pitch lack of splits, because in Strat O Matic you can see his left side of the column is very, very bad. He can't get a hit in column 1 or 2. He gets a couple of chances in column 3, whereas over here he's got much better opportunities. So, but I don't think that would be reflected in inside pitch because I'm not sure he had 40-some at-bats against lefties. But that's a whole other issue that's already been beaten to death. And I love the game despite that. It would be instead of a 9.5, it would be a 10 if they had that. But every game has its weakness, and that's the one weakness. And I'm probably the only one that really cares about that, but most people don't. But I'm a little OCD when it comes to that. All right, here's Larry Sheets, 4-8. That's a fly to left, put away out there by Rice, 1 down. And that'll bring up Mike Young, left fielder. Switch hitter. 3-5, and that's a 1-3 single. Anything else, he will ground to second. And he's going to ground to second. Marty Barrett puts it away. 2 up and 2 down. Roger Clemens back on track seemingly. Still hasn't had a strikeout yet, which is very unusual. But then again, a lot of the results have come off the batter card as well. Here's Bonilla. 6-4 against Clemens. That's a ballpark single check on the 6-4. And the ballpark single for a right-hander is a 1-11. That's 17, so he's going to end up lining to short. The evil D20 strikes again. So he had a better than 50-50 chance, but it didn't work out. He ends up lining it right to the shortstop, Quinones, to end the inning. So nothing doing for the O's. They come away with O. And we go to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second we go, and Jim Rice, the batter. 5-5, that's a strikeout. He's not tired, obviously, this early. First strikeout of the game goes to Ken Dixon. Go figure that one. You could have probably, Pete Rose could have probably bet on that one and figured that wouldn't have happened. Here's Don Baylor. 6-3, and that's a fly ball left field X. That's Mike Young. He's not very good. He's a 4E16. So definitely not very good. 4E16. 4 and a 9 probably will drop. Let's take a look. 4 and a 9 is a single. And that's a 9. He's an E16. There is no 9 for an error, fortunately, for the Orioles, but it is going to drop in for a base hit, as he has very limited range. Even with the contracted area of left field at Fenway, it's not going to help him any. He's still going to not be able to get to that. And Mr. Baylor will reach via the poor fielding. So it's a 1-out single, and Baylor not going to dare risk any chance of a steal. He's not very good at that. But we will have the havoc roll. Nothing happening. Here's Dwight Evans. 6-7, and for Dixon, 1-13 is a double, 14-20 is a single. That is a double, 2 stars, so Baylor has to stop at third, but the Red Sox have something cooking here in the second. Runners at second and third, only 1 out. Infield will play normal. They're not going to worry about cutting a runoff right now. They just want to make sure they don't give up more than 1. Trying to prevent a crooked number in the column if they can. Havoc, nothing happening. Here is Tony Armas. 2-9 for Armas. That's a fly ball left field B with a question mark, so potential sacrifice fly. It's not guaranteed. So the out is made in left field by Mike Young, but Young has a +2 throwing arm. Baylor runs at a 13. You add 2, gives him a 15. Then the +2 from Young is a 17. So 1-17, he'll make it. 18-20, he's going to be out. And he makes it. Sacrifice fly will tie the game. Don Baylor. Sacrifice fly. And they're, again, taking advantage of the poor defense of Mike Young. So we're tied at 1. Evans is still at second base with 2 down now for Rich Gedman. Havoc roll. Nothing happening. Here's Gedman. 1-5 for Gedman. He grounds to second. That's going to end the inning. But the Red Sox tie it. They tie it on the sacrifice fly via Tony Armas. At the end of 2, it's 1-1 from Fenway. All right, Rick Dempsey will lead it off. Number 9 hitter for the O's. He will lead things off. 6-5, and that's a 1-8 home run chance. He does have normal power. 1-8, this is gone. 10, though, it's not going to happen. It's just a deep fly to the left, and against the green monster, Jim Rice will put it away. Rick Dempsey just got under it. And that brings up Tom O'Malley. O'Malley flew to left also his first time up. 6-8, and he's going to strike out this time. First strikeout for Roger Clemens. Took him almost 3 innings to get it. But he gets it. 2 down for Beniquez. 4-8, and that's a ground ball to short, handled by Quinones, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Clemens. He seems to be back on track all of a sudden after that shaky first inning. We go to the bottom of the third, still 1-1. Mr. Dixon back out. We'll be facing Quinones, Barrett, and Romero. Not exactly household names for the Red Sox. Spike Owen's a long way away. Well, not that long, but he hasn't gotten here yet. And, of course, Boggs is on the bench. But here's Quinones. 4-3. That's a fly ball, right field X, rather. Right fielder in this case is Dwyer. Dwyer is a 3-E1, so decent chance for Dwyer to make the play. 3 and a 10 should be okay. 3 and a 10 is an F2. He's an E1 and the 6. That's not a problem. So it's good play for Jim Dwyer as he retires Quinones for out number 1. Back to the top of the order, and Marty Barrett. Five, 7, and that's a strikeout. So out number 2. Out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. That brings up Ed Romero. 4-7, and that's a ground ball to Ripken. Easy play over to Murray, and the inning is over. So 1-2-3 inning for both pitchers. And we go to the 4th inning. We go to the 4th, still 1-1. And Jim, whoops, I don't want to put all the guys up there, just Jim Dwyer. You don't need the whole team up there. All right. Jim Dwyer. 2-6 for Dwyer. Again, loaded column 2, but the 6 is a line out to Barrett at second for out number 1, and Clemens escapes potential danger. Brings up Eddie Eat, Drink, and Be Murray. That's a 6-9 switch hitter. A 1 is a triple. Anything else, he will fly to right. And it's a 2. Boy, Dewey Evans kind of snow-coned that one, but he was able to haul it in. 2 down for Cal Ripken. The D20 was almost ultra evil on that one. 5-9, and that's a strikeout for Clemens. Only his second, but it ends the 4th, which is more important for the Red Sox, as he puts Cal away. And that's going to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 1-1. And that's going to bring up Billy Buck. Buckner grounded to second his first trip. 5-8, and he's going to do more than that. 1-3 is a triple. Can you imagine Buckner getting a triple? Did he even have any? He had 2, so I guess he could. 1-3 is a triple. Anything else is a single. That's a 3. How about that? Billy Buckner, bad knees and all. I guess the Orioles had a hard time in that triangle in right center field trying to corral it. He actually hits a leadoff triple. Unbelievable. A leadoff triple for Buckner, as the D20 was again evil to the Orioles. That brings up Rice. With nobody out, they're going to play the infield back. Again, trying to avoid a big inning. Nothing on the Havoc. Here's Rice. 6-5. That is a strikeout and a huge one for Ken Dixon. And now with 1 out, they will bring the infield in for Don Baylor. Wouldn't do it with nobody out, but with 1 out, they will bring the infield in. Nothing on the Havoc. Baylor, 3-3. Ground ball, third base, A. Well, let's look at the super advanced chart. and see what they say. That's what I'm going by. It's in the back of the rule book. Back of the rule book. Ground ball result chart super advanced. Infield in, runner at third, ground ball A is a 1. 1 says batter out, runners hold. So that's pretty simple. By playing the infield in, they prevented the run. 2 down. And now Buckner's still at third, and it's up to Dewey Evans to get him home, or else it'll be a very wasted opportunity. Nothing there. Here's Evans. 6-8. Ground ball second base X. This is going to be Juan Bonilla. Bonilla's a 4, so this could get through. He's a 4 E15. 4 and a 3. It will get through for a base hit, and the Red Sox take the lead. That's a 15 as well. He is an E15. It could be adding insult to injury. It could have an error on top of everything. 15, and no, there's no error on the 15, but it is a base hit for Dewey Evans. And the Red Sox grab a 2-1 lead on the single from Dewey Evans. His second hit of the game. He's 2 for 2. Billy Buck just kind of strolls in. It's 2-1 Red Sox rather. Evans is not really known for speed, so he's not even going to try to steal. Havoc roll, nothing happening. Here's Tony Armas. 4-12. That's a ballpark home run chance, but right-handers, it's a 1-6 for Armas. That's a 19. I know it's hard to see, but that is a 19. That is a 19. Actually, there's a 9. Is it a 9 or a 19? No, it's a 19. I know it's very hard to see on this blue die, but that was a 9. There's a 1 right there. It's just kind of it lost some of the white there. But that was a 19, so he is out. Deep fly to left to end the inning, but the Red Sox do take the lead. And at the end of 4 complete, it's Boston 2 and Baltimore 1. Probably should get the other. I got 2 blue D20s. I was trying to get Red Sox colors. Let's swap out. This is the one that had the weird 19 on it. Let's swap out with a good one for 19. If I can find it. Where are you, 19? There you are. That's the 19. So 19 shows up much better. So I'm going to replace that with this one. That one was evil anyway, so probably needed to be replaced. But this one could be more evil for all I know. All right, so Roger Clemens now has a 2-1 lead to protect. And he's going to be facing Larry Sheets. 4-2, that's a walk. Leadoff walk. Not what Clemens wanted. When you get the lead, the last thing you want to do is give away free base runners. But he just did it, walking Larry Sheets. Now, Sheets has no intentions of going anywhere. He stole 2 bases, got caught none, but he has to get a 2 to get a jump, and that's just not going to happen probably. So, Mike Young, the batter. Havoc roll, nothing happening. 5-11, switch hitter batting left. 5-11's ground ball first base X. That is Buckner. Buckner is a 3 E17. 3-10 should be okay, you would think. 3-10 is a G2, and that is a 14, and he is an E17. E17, there is no 14. There's 11 and 12, but no 14, so it's a good play. He is out. Now the question is, it's a G2, I believe I said it was, so it's a fielder's choice. So Sheets will be retired. Young will take over. It goes 3-6 as he flips to Quinones, but the return throw not in time to get Young. 1 down. Fielder's choice. Bringing up Juan Bonilla, and Young's not going to go anywhere either. 20. Now, I got an inside pitch on the brain, so I'm thinking something's going to happen there, but not in Strat. All right, Bonilla. 5-10, that's a ground ball third base X. So now we're over to Romero. Romero's a 3 E23. 3-14 at third base. 3-14 is a G2, another fielder's choice chance. However, that's a 17. That could be dangerous. 17, and he is an E23 at third base. And miraculously, there is no 17. There's an 11, 13, 15, and 18, but no 17. So again, a fielder's choice, 5-4, as Bonilla will reach, but they can't turn the double play. Clemens getting more ground balls than he probably is used to. He used to be getting more strikeouts, you would think. So Bonilla is the new runner at first with 2 outs. It's going to go 5-4. And that brings up Rick Dempsey. Bonilla not really looking to do any running either. In fact, he didn't steal any bases at all. In fact, he cannot steal a base in Strat. He's got 0 up here, so he can't do it. So no even worry about it. He's certainly not being held. Nothing on the habit. Here's Dempsey. 4-10, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. We had a first base X, third base X, now a shortstop X. Shortstop is Quinones. He's a 3, but he's an E42. 3 and a 5. 3 and a 5 is a G3, so that's a good part, but the E42 might be trouble. That is a 13, E42 and a 13. Miraculously, he is not making error. E42, a 12, and a 14, 16, and 18 are errors, but not a 13. So how about that, folks? That's going to go 6-4, another fielder's choice to end the inning. Quinones avoids trouble and gets it done. Clemens will take it. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th. Actually, O'Malley's going to lead off next inning. Bottom of the 5th, still 2-1. I hope Morgana is gone. Maybe since Robert has finished the 79 season, maybe Morgana is also taking time off, just like Robert is. So hopefully Morgana will not come back for the 61. She would have been awful young back in 61 to be doing that. So hopefully, we can hope. All right, here is Gedman, grounded to second his first time up. 6-5, and that's a fly to center, put away by Beniquez. 1 away for Quinones. 5-9, and that's a strikeout. So Quinones is out on strikes, 2 down. Back to the top of the order for Marty Barrett. Barrett is 1 for 2, singled in the first, struck out in the third. 6-10, and it's a catcher X for Dempsey. Dempsey is a 2E5. 2 and a 12 for a catcher. 2 and a 12 is a pop out, and that's a 9. E5, there is no 9, so it's a pop out to Dempsey to end the inning. Easy play there. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox in the 5th. We go to the 6th, still 2-1. Tight pitchers duel here at Fenway. The real game was 7-2. So we're a bit away from that. Clemens has a fatigue of 8, so he's not a problem. Dixon, his fatigue inning will come up next inning, so got to be aware of that. Top of the order, Tom O'Malley. Now, once we get to the 7th, then I'll start thinking about the pinch hitters and whatnot, and maybe subbing the better guys in, but I want to wait at least until the 7th and give these guys that were in the starting lineup a chance to get their fair share of at-bats. O'Malley, 5-4. Catcher X, that is Gedman. Gedman is a 3E1. Last time they did an X check, we rolled a 1 on the D20 and ended up being a scrub single, I believe, by O'Malley. No, it wasn't O'Malley. It was Dwyer, I think, that did that. And ended up scoring on the double by Murray the next time around. So a 3 and a 3. Hopefully this time he's able to do it. 3 and a 3 is a W/G, and that's an 11. He is an E1. I don't think that's a problem. It is not. W/G. Squibb in front of the plate, and the catcher throws him out this time. So 2-3 on the ground out is this time. Gedman says you're not going to get a cheap base hit off me that way. So 1 down, and that brings up Juan Beniquez. 2-5, and that's a extra base hit looking to happen. 1-14, and it is a double for Juan Beniquez. He stroked that one. Juan Beniquez, a 1-out double. The tying run is now in scoring position with only 1 out. And Jim Dwyer, the batter. Havoc roll, nothing happening. Beniquez doesn't run all that well. They will not hold him. Only runs at an 11, so they will not hold him on. 2-8 for Dwyer. Doesn't really matter at this point. 1-2 is a triple. 3-20 is a double. We're going to have a tie game. That is another double. Back-to-back doubles. Beniquez and Dwyer. And we got a tie game at 2. And Clemens is not too happy about it. But what are you gonna do? I mean, that's what the dice do. Dice do what dice do. And Dwyer comes through with the RBI double to tie the game. Now he's got to worry about not falling behind. Dwyer, again, will not be held. Same situation, doesn't run well. But we are tied at 2 apiece. And now here comes the formidable Eddie Murray. Got a big RBI double in the first. Speaking of doubles, nothing on the Havoc. 6-7, switch hitter batting left. That's a walk. So the only thing it will do is it does set up a double play. If you want to try to look at the bright side. For Cal Ripken. He does have some ground ball A's on his card. Nothing on the Havoc. 3-11, but he found a ground ball C, so that's going to move the runners up 1 base. Little ground ball to first, and Buckner will actually flip to Clemens covering for out number 2, but the runners do move up. Second and third with 2 down and 1 in for the dangerous Larry Sheets. You do have Young on deck. I don't know if you want to walk Larry Sheets to get to Young or not. I think they're going to go ahead and pitch to Sheets. He's good, but he's not, Hall of Fame or anything. So they'll go ahead and pitch to him. Clemens to Sheets to get out of the inning. 6-6. 1-11 is a single. 12-20, and Buckner will stare it. And it's a 10. It's going to get through for a base hit. 1 base advancement. The Orioles will take the lead. And Sheets said, you shouldn't have pitched to me, but you did. And actually, it wouldn't have mattered had Young been batting. That would have been the same result. So just a bad break for Clemens. And the Orioles now lead it 3-2. But they've still got chances to add more as Murray's at third for Mike Young. Sheets not being held at first. (6-9), and that's a 1 for a triple, but anything else he'll fly to right. And Evans puts it away. If that had been a 1, I would have probably keeled over. But Evans does put it away to end the inning. But a 2 spot for the Orioles as they now grab a 3-2 lead going into the bottom of the 6th. Clemens looking for his team to get him some runs. And he'll be looking at Romero, Buckner, and Rice due up. .411 for Romero. That's an in-home run ballpark chance, but he has weak power. So first of all, we got to check for the ballpark result for a home run. 1-6. If it's not a 1-6, he's going to fly to left. If it is a 1-6, he will only get a single out of it because he's got weak power. At 15, he's going to fly to left, so it didn't matter what kind of power he had. He was going to fly to left. So there's 1 away. And that brings up Billy Buck. .49, and that's an in-home run chance. He does have normal power. It's 1-14 for Billy Buck. 15-20, he'll triple. That is a 9. It's gone. Billy Buck ties the game with a solo shot. He's tripled, and now he's homered. Boy, if he gets extra at-bats, he's got a chance to get a cycle, which I've never had before. But he'd have to get 2 more at-bats and hit a single and a double. Probably not going to happen unless you got extra innings. But that's gone, and we're tied at 3. Here's Jim Rice. 4-6, he's going to strike him out. That's 2 down for Don Baylor. Actually, Rice is now 0 for 3 with a hat trick. He struck out all 3 times. Tough day for Rice. Here's Baylor. 6-10, and that's a catcher X. We go to Dempsey again. He's a 2E5. 2 and a 10 is a good play. That's going to be a pop-out. Actually, no, P/F, which is going to be a foul-out because nobody's on base. 12 and an E5. Nothing happening there. It's just a foul out to end the inning. But the home run off the bat of Billy Buck has tied the game. At the end of 6, we are tied at 3 apiece. Dixon, that was his fatigue inning, but only gave it the one ding via the home run, so he's still okay, depending on what they want to do, what Earl Weaver wants to do going forward. But now we're into the 7th inning, so I feel more liberal about putting in substitutes now since we made it to the 7th inning. Should the need arise for it, and Red Sox may want to put in some of the better players. We'll see, depending on how the score goes. Orioles will stay with Juan Bonilla, second baseman. For now, they could pinch hit with Wiggins, but I think they're going to stick with Bonilla for now. 6-7, and that's a strikeout, so it doesn't matter who they had. 6-7. Actually, had Wiggins been batting, it'd been a walk against the lefty, but oh well. Here's Dempsey. "2-6 for Dempsey. He strikes out. So back-to-back strikeouts for Clemens. Looks like he's getting stronger, not weaker, as the game goes on. And here's Tom O'Malley. 110 for O'Malley. He's going to ground to Barrett, and that's going to end the inning. So the inning is over. Still tied at 3. We are at the 7th inning stretch. I don't have any music today queued up. I got other stuff going on, but I am going to take a quick little stretch break just for my own welfare, and so I don't get so stiff. I am going to stand up and stretch. We are tied 3 apiece as we go to the bottom of the 7th. It will be Evans, Armas, and Gedman due up. Once you get to Quinones and Romero, the Red Sox may be pinch hitting if they're still tied or behind. We'll see how it goes. They do have Stapleton can play short, I think, and Boggs can obviously play third. So we'll have to see how it plays. If they wanted to pinch hit for Quinones, they can move Romero to short and put Boggs in at third base. There's all kinds of little combinations. Yes, Robert, Status Pro next week. Seattle Mariners, Texas Rangers. I don't know the pitching matchup off the top of my head. It wasn't that great. I think it was. I think Jim Beattie was pitching for the Mariners, and I don't even remember who. It wasn't Charlie Huff. I think it was Correa or somebody for the, or it might have been Guzman, one of those guys for the Rangers against Jim Beattie. So but that's just the way it fell on that date. So, all right. I think I can sit back down now. I've stretched enough to satisfy what I needed to do. Whoops, let's put this over here so you can see the rest of their lineup sheet. All right. We are ready to go for the bottom of the 7th. Dewey Evans is up. Ken Dixon is still pitching, but the bullpen is active. They do have right-hander Rich Bordy loosening in the pen. 6-9, and that's a strikeout. So Dixon said, don't worry about me yet. I'm still good to go, and he strikes out Evans. 1 away for Tony Armas. 1-8 for Armas, and again, a loaded column 1, but the 1-8 is a ground ball to third. And O'Malley throws over to Murray for out number 2. Could we see some free baseball? It's possible. We're tied in the 7th, so anything can happen. Here's Rich Gedman. 5-6 against the lefty is a 1-8 single. Anything else, Murray will grab it and take it to the bag himself. And it gets by Murray for a 2-out single for Gedman. He obviously will not be held. He doesn't run well at all. And now you wonder, do they pinch hit? I think they're going to have to pinch hit here. We will get a pinch hitter for Quinones. And the pinch hitter is going to be Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs will pinch hit. He will stay in the game to play third base, and we will move Romero to short. So Boggs will take over at third base, but you got to try to strike while the iron is still somewhat hot. Let's get Quinones out of there. Quinones was 0 for 2 with a strikeout, so we're going to bring in Wade Boggs. In 1986, he hit .357. So they're hoping that he can he's kind of a doubles machine. He had 47 doubles on the season. Maybe he can double in Gedman. We'll see. Dixon. Havoc roll. 1. Chance for a wild pitch. He's got a wild pitch rating of 7. That's a 7. It's a wild pitch. But what that's going to do, Earl Weaver just put up the 4 fingers. They are no way in the world are they pitching to Boggs. With first base open, they will give him the intentional pass. And they'll face Marty Barrett, but it might not be Dixon that does it. It might be Rich Bordy. In fact, it is going to be Rich Bordy. That's going to be it for Dixon. He is done. The Boston fans give him a golf clap as he leaves. And right-hander Rich Bordy is coming on the 86 season. He was 6-4 with a 4.46 ERA and 3 saves. Did have 1 spot start, but he's in there to try to get out of this inning. First and second, 2 down, and this all happened with 2 outs and the bases clear. So Boggs is a little frustrated that they gave him the intentional pass, but there's no way you let Wade Boggs knock in the go-ahead run. You just don't let that happen. So here's Marty Barrett. He's got a chance. He is actually 1 for 3 in the game. 1. So Bordy's got a chance at a wild pitch, but it has to be another 1 again. And it's not. So no wild pitch. Here's Barrett. 3-5 for Barrett. He's going to fly to right, and the inning's over. So Rich Bordy gets out of it. And the Red Sox come away empty-handed here in the 7th despite a late threat. And they just took the bat right out of Boggs' hands. But you can't blame the Orioles for that. We go to the 8th. We are tied at 3 apiece. This is the fatigue inning for Roger Clemens, so we will keep an eye on him. See how he does. Red Sox bullpen is less than stellar. There's no Calvin Schiraldi yet. They do have Stanley and Zambito. I guess that's the 2 best they have. Crawford, maybe. Not that familiar with the lesser-known pitchers of the Red Sox. Trujillo is part of the Spike Owen, Dave Henderson deal, so he'll go to Seattle later. Right now, it's Juan Beniquez to lead off the top of the 8th. Tied at 3, 6-8. That's a strikeout. Clemens with a K. So he's still got some juice left for sure. Maybe I shouldn't use the word juice, but you know what I mean. He's got some energy left. That was a Freudian slip on the juice. All right, so here's Jim Dwyer. 4-5, and that's a pop out to first. Buckner's under it, 2 down. So Clemens at least looking to go 8 solid. But he doesn't have a lead yet. That's the problem. Can't win if you don't have the lead. Here's Eddie Murray. 6-4, and that's, 6-5 would have been a home run chance, but 6-4 is simply a fly to left that Rice puts away. 1-2-3 inning. Down go the O's. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 3-3. And Clemens may be coming out for the 9th. We shall see. Bordy is out. It'll be Romero, the new shortstop. He'd moved from 3rd to 1st. Romero, Buckner, and Rice due up. They do have lefty Havens in the bullpen, but a whole lot of right-handers coming up. You don't hit many. Buckner's the only lefty you hit, so I think you're going to hold off on bringing him in. So they'll let him pitch to Romero. Let's see. Can anybody else play shortstop for the Red Sox? So I'd really like to pinch hit for Romero if I could. Let's see. Not really. Stapleton can play 2nd and 3rd, but not short. So you're kind of stuck there. Romero and Quinones, the only 2 shortstops. So kind of stick with Romero. We really got no choice. Wouldn't matter anyway. Comes off the pitcher card. 6-9. 1-8's a home run, but it might have mattered because he's got weak power. But 1-9, or 1-8 rather, would have been a home run. He's got weak power. It would only be a single. It's 10. It wouldn't matter anyway because he would have been out. So that's going to end up being a fly ball out to Mike Young in left. So it didn't matter what kind of power he had. D20 didn't give it to him. So here's Buckner. 4-5, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. That's Ripken. Ripken is a 2 E14. 2 and a 17 is good. E14 and a 12. E14 and a 12 for a shortstop. E14. There is no 12. It's a 15 and a 17, but no 12. Ripken easily over to Murray. 2 down, and there goes Buckner's chances of a cycle. Here's Rice. He's 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. Maybe he can come through at the end here. All right, Robert, take care. Maybe you can catch the finale later. We'll see. Rice, 1-9. He's going to strike out again. The golden sombrero for Jim Rice. He has struck out all 4 times. Unbelievable. And we go to the 9th, tied at 3. Question is, do you keep Clemens in there, or do you go to the bullpen? Clemens has nothing against his fatigue, so he's going to pitch the 9th inning as well. He's going to be facing Cal Ripken, Larry Sheets, and Mike Young. Top of the 9th, tied at 3. Sorry, RJL will be leaving. He won't be able to put his free baseball up there if we go extra innings. Guzman and Beatty. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. 4-6 for Clemens, and that's a fly to right. Evans puts it away, 1 down. Brings up Larry Sheets. 4-9, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. The new shortstop is Romero. And as a shortstop, Romero checks in as a 3E29. 3 to 10, it should be okay. It's the E29 and a 4. E29 and a 4. There is no 4, so it's a good play. There's a 3, but not a 4. So Romero does make the play. Out number 2 for Mike Young. 1-5 for Young. He strikes out to end the inning. So Clemens, 9 solid. And he's still not tired, so he could come back, I guess, for the 10th if he really had to. Don't know if they want him to do that, but they might. And meanwhile, Rich Bordy, he's a long relief pitcher. He's got a 3 there, so he's pretty well doing pretty well in his routine as well. He's only faced 4 batters, retired all 4 of them, so he's got no issues either. So bottom of the 9th we go. Will there be any 9th inning magic, as RJL likes to say? We shall see. It'll be Baylor, Evans, and Gedman. If anybody gets on, Boggs. Baylor, Evans, and Armas, rather. 2-9. It doesn't matter. Don Baylor says, go home, folks. 2-9 is a home run for Don Baylor. He's going to walk it off, and the ball game is over. So Clemens will get the win. 4-3, your final. Red Sox win it. Clemens the winner. Bordy the loser. And how about that? Before I have a chance to think about who's going to come up next, Don Baylor puts that to rest and says, see you later, folks. 2-9, straight up home run, no ballpark effects, no nothing. 2-9 is a straight home run, and there is your ball game. There is the ball game. Now let's get the totals for each team. Let's check the hits. One for the Orioles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got the Orioles for only 5 hits. So 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Orioles. For the Red Sox, of course, the 4 runs. Let's check their hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got them for 8 hits. And no errors. I don't think anybody made an error. I don't remember there being an error in this game. I don't see one anywhere. Left on base. Orioles, 1, 2, 3, 4. Orioles left on 4. Red Sox, 1, 2, 3, 4. They left on 4 as well. Both teams left on 4 runners. So there is your final. Let's move this over here a little bit. Whoops. Let's move this over here so you can see the line score a little bit better. There's your final. Boston 4, Baltimore 3. Don Baylor, the player of the game, with his walk-off home run. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 4 left for Boston. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 4 left for Baltimore. Winning pitcher Roger Clemens, a complete game victory. Losing pitcher in relief was Rich Bordy. So I do appreciate all you guys coming out and enjoying and spending part of your Saturday afternoon with me for the NBC Game of the Week, Strat O Matic Super Advanced Style. Next Saturday, of course, will be Status Pro, the basic Status Pro, and it will be the Seattle Mariners visiting the Texas Rangers. And also coming up later in the week, I may have a Strat O Matic Demolition League game if I can get one in. Like I said, the recording I already made just didn't come out too well because of the lights, so I might be able to do another one for Boston and Arizona or for one of the other matchups. I'm not sure, but definitely on Friday. Fictional Friday is back again this coming Friday, as the Buffalo Bees will be back at home for the first time, taking on the New York Skyliners, as they have swept in Vegas. They're now 2-3, and they'll be sending their ace Steve Show to the mound for his second start of the season as they go to the friendly confines of Buffalo. So be sure to check out on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for the duo of Ronnie Robertson and Kip Scary to check out the exploits and see if Kip Scary got out of Vegas with any money left or whether they blew it all at the casino on the crap table. We shall see. We shall see what is going to take place there. I do have to play the other games to get records for all the other teams, so I know what New York's record will be when they come into that game. After they play New York for 3, they'll be hosting New England for 3, so I probably will reach out to Steve Tower and see if he wants to make the lineup for New England for that game. I'll give him the option if he wants to make that lineup. We'll see. But that's what's going on right now. Trying to fit stuff in as best I can when I have time. And that's about it. I really do enjoy Strat O Matic Super Advanced. I kind of miss it playing the Demolition League, only doing the advanced. There are certain aspects of Super Advanced I really enjoy, like the ballpark effects especially, and the defense. Seem to get less errors when you use the Super Advanced defense. So, but I've stuck with the advanced. So I'm going to stick with it. I'm not going to change it midstream. I may not do the Red Sox in Arizona. I may do a different game because we just did the Red Sox here. So I may pick one of the other games to play from Series 9. So anyway, this is in the rotation here. Strat O Matic Super Advanced. You got it right here. Like I said, in the rotation coming up next week is going to be Status Pro, Seattle visiting Texas. And then going forward after that, we have inside pitch. We got the Yankees visiting the White Sox. And then on payoff pitch, to finish out the first half of the season before the All-Star break, is Atlanta visiting the Mets. So those are the next 3 matchups. Texas at Seattle on Status Pro, Yankees and White Sox on inside pitch, Braves and Mets on payoff pitch. And then the All-Star game, I will play that on inside pitch before starting the second half of the season. So that's going to do it from here. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday wherever you happen to be. Like I said, I do appreciate you taking part of your Saturday to spend with me. It's been enjoyable. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.